Hello, children. How are you? So, this is Mahesh, teacher of English. So, today we are here to know the story The Heavenly Parasol. So, this is the lesson from prose and 8th class. So, let's see the lesson. There was once a beautiful princess in the town of Prajyotisha called Amrita Prabha. When she came of age, the king held a swayamvara to enable her to choose her husband. Many illustrious suitors, lured by tales of Amrita Prabha's beauty, assembled there. So here we can understand the paragraph is all about the princess. Those days, the ancient days, kings used to conduct swayamvara to enable they enable the daughter to choose herself a husband. So that is the thing here we are going to learn. We're going to know about it actually, isn't it? So she was a beautiful girl. What's the name of the girl? Amrita Prabha. Okay, Amrita Prabha was a beautiful girl. So the all over the country and kingdoms actually. So a lot of prince came there to get marry her, Amrita Prabha, because she was beautiful. Okay, let's read the second paragraph. Among them was Meghawahana, the great grandson of a former king of Kashmir. So among them, among the kings, we could find Meghawahana. He was a great son of former king. Okay. Amrita Prabha shyly cast her eyes over the court and wondered whom she would choose. So she was wondering, it's a kind of difficult situation to choose a particular person as her husband, isn't it? So that's why she was a kind of in confusion. And then see what happened. To Meghawahana's surprise, the princess stopped before him and put the garland around his neck. He rose to his feet, unable to contain his joy. So actually, what happened? See, our Amrita Prabha chose Meghawahana. That was a surprise of Meghawahana. She has chosen him, isn't it? So I'll show you a picture you can easily understand. See, this is wait a moment. So this is the picture from our Ramayana, isn't it? The Sita Swayamvara. You can easily understand by seeing this picture. Just imagine the Sita as Amrita Prabha and just imagine the Rama as our Meghawahana, isn't it? That's what happened. The Meghawahana was surprised when she chosen him. She chose him, isn't it? So the couple moved forward to seek the king's blessings. As the king stepped down from his throne, the priest cried out in surprise, "Your Honor, the parasol of Varuna has cast its shadow over the prince." That was amazing. So when the couple got married, so they're about to take blessings of his uncle, you know, the father of our Amrita Prabha. So the Amrita Prabha's father just coming down from the throne, and suddenly a cry appeared by the priest, isn't it? So then what happened? So the priest said that Parasol of Varuna has cast its shadow over the prince. That was amazing part. So, see, you can easily understand by reading, by understanding and learning and listening all this lesson. Don't worry about it. It is true, exclaimed the king. My son, you are favored by the gods. It's true. So I'll show you what is a parasol. Let's see. So this is a kind of parasol which the gods and everyone use because kind of protecting protecting by sun and everything, isn't it? So it is true, exclaimed the king. My son, you are favored by gods. So these are words by our father of Amrita Prabha. Isn't it? Amrita Prabha's father. So Meghawahana looked up in surprise, wondering at the meaning of these words. Actually, our Meghawahana doesn't know all these words. What are they talking about? I didn't even understand. That's what the Meghawahana's feelings. All at once he saw by his side a beautiful, dazzling white parasol with exquisite decoration that was casting its shadow over him. A kind of shadow he just saw. Then he's surprised. He couldn't even understand. He couldn't even know what was it. But he was amazed. And he got the shadow of the particular parasol. This is the parasol of Varuna. Who is Varuna? Obviously, god of seas, right? The lord of the seas, explained the king. It cast its shadow on none else but wait a moment. I couldn't read it. Saurus. Okay. Yes, yes. Meghawahana looked up in surprise. Sorry. Where we were? Yeah, this is sixth paragraph. This is the parasol of Varuna, the lord of the seas, explained the king. It cast its shadow on none else but a sovereign of the whole world. You are destined for glory and brilliance. So our Amrita Prabha's father was telling all those things, right? So this is very honor actually that you got, because the Varuna's parasol couldn't even give shadow to everyone. It's a kind of honor to getting them. So you got just got glory and brilliance. That's why you got the shadow of the particular parasol. These are the words by Amrita Prabha's father. Dazed by these portents and by his good fortune, Meghawahana brought his bride and the divine parasol back home. So he took his wife and parasol to his home. Okay. Upon his return, the ministers of the Kashmir court sought him out and offered the throne to him. We are dissatisfied with our present ruler, they said. He has devoted himself to a life of prayer, and the affair of the kingdom lie neglected. The people suffer because of this. Your noble character and bravery are well known in these parts. Honor us and the land by accepting our offer. So what happened next? He just went to their home, and there, as we discussed earlier, he's a great son of great what is it? A grandson of the former king, right? Even now, the people were offering him the throne again, isn't it? So because of uh, uh, the other king, present ruler, because he's not ruling as what they're expecting, because now they are seeing a kind of bravery and a kind of brilliancy in Meghawahana, because he got the shard of or parasol. That's what the significance that you have to understand here, isn't it? So Meghwahana became the king of Kashmir. Soon he proclaimed a law against the killing of living beings. It became his ambition to conquer other kingdoms to impose this law on them as well. This is the important paragraph that you have to understand very carefully, because see, he is a kind of king who really cares about nature and religious things and society and everything, because he really cares. He those days, if you find the ancient days, they are all known for human sacrifice, human sacrifice, because a kind of religious things or some other, isn't it? But the Meghawahana wants to break the system. If anyone wants to kill any other living thing, living animal or human, whatever, he opposes it actually. That's the great thing. And he wants to conquer, he wants to conquer the other kingdoms also and impose this law to them, isn't it? Once while on an expedition near the sea, the king told his weary army to rest in the shade of some palm groves. I must use this time to plan a way to conquer the island of Lanka. He thought, it is the land of demons, isn't it? Yeah, it is the land of demons. Sorry, it's demons. Where we are? Yeah, yeah, where we are. I must use this time to plan. Okay, demons and needs to be taught the way of peace. But how will I cross the great sea with my army? Isn't it? So he wants to, he just wants to cross the sea, and he want to impose the law what he is doing there, what he was doing there in their kingdom, isn't it? It's a kind of, non-violence. The main thing is non-violence, isn't it? And he was thinking, and he just told their army to rest there, and I'll think something about it. He just said that. See what happened next. So he's the king that we can find here. Yeah. All of a sudden, there was a cry in the air. It seemed to come from a wood by the shore, not far from where the royal horses were tethered. The cry came again, and the king heard the plaintive call. Even under Meghawahana's rule, I have been slain. I have been slain. Those things that you have to understand here. See, if you find the particular paragraph, it's a kind of cry just he had heard, and he was confused. What is happening in my ruling, in my particular ruling? Because I'm against to killing someone, to killing some creatures, but now I'm hearing a kind of crying. I don't know what happens here. That's what his feelings. And in his anguish, the king did not wait to summon his officers but ran towards the wood. So he didn't even, wait for their army, and he went there. He went into the wood to see what happened there. Plunging through the underground, he fought his way till he came to clearing. There before him was a temple. So he was just reached the temple when he was going to search what's happening there. So he was found a temple of Chandika, I mean Durga, with some sort of human sacrifice in progress on the steps. A man laying on the ground, his arms raised for mercy, and menacing-looking barbarian stood over him, mm, brandishing his sword. See, I'll show you a picture. You can easily understand by saying this. So this is a kind of, human sacrifice those days. It's a kind of religious thing, isn't it? So see, what happened. So stop, cried the king, shocked at the sight. You wretch! You dare threaten another's life in my realm? Realm means a kind of kingdom or the rule. The barbarian dropped his sword in terror and fell on his knees before the king. Oh, noble one, have mercy, I am the leader of this troop, of a troop of barbarians that live in this wood. My little son has fallen prey to some disease and is on his deathbed. If I kill this man, the gods will be pleased and save my son's life. If you prevent this sacrifice, my son dies, and the rest of my troop will give up their lives with him. So these are the words by the troop member, one of the troop members. Barbarians, isn't barbarians a kind of cruel human beings? We can say that, isn't it? So they wants to sacrifice a victim. Why? The reason is, if they sacrificed a person, they can be, because of his son, he was, a kind of situation that maybe the deathbed, you can call it as illness, isn't it? He was so ill, that's why if they sacrificed this man, maybe the person, the son of our barbarian will get up, isn't it? That's what the thing. and they wants to sacrifice him, the victim. That's what they're saying. How foolish this is. If we sacrifice a human, the other human will alive, will be clear. So what kind of issues is this? It's a kind of social things that everyone should understand. So see what happened next. The king glanced towards a let me see. Wait a moment. I'm confusion. Sorry for that. The king glanced towards a bundle on the temple porch and presumed it to be the sacrificed boy. His heart was torn with confusion and compassion. So he was very tensioned, the one who wants to sacrifice himself, isn't it? This man whom you desired to protect, continued the barbarian, was wandering about, alone and friendliness in the forest. Is he of more value to you than this child with whom many persons are connected? So he was very frightened, he was very fear. So you really wanted to save him. Why you really wanted to save him? It's a shameful, because he's so fear frightened person. Why we wanted to save him? Beside, our child, my child is very brave, and he could protect our throughout the troop. So why you are connecting these two things? That's what the words by barbarians. The victim sat crying on the ground, a look of terror on his face. Tears fell from the barbarian's eyes. Sir, tell me what to do, he cried. I cannot see my son suffer this way. So the other barbarian was crying. I can't see my son like this, isn't it? So even the victim also cried. It's kind of crying, and he was in a fear, terror manner, isn't it? So just tell me, sir, what should we do? Tell me, my lord. That's what they're saying. The king spoke firmly. Do not be distressed. I will save your son as well as this victim. I offer my body in sacrifice to Chandika. Kill me, O barbarian. May these two persons live. Live. Isn't it? So if you really want to kill a person, if you really need a sacrifice, just kill me. Then I could, save your children, save your child, and as well as this victim. So I'm ready to sacrifice myself. That just do it. That's what the words by the king. It's a honor. It's a kind of, amazing and surprising words by a king. The barbarian, struggling between incredulity and fear, took a step backwards. Sir, you are the king. Your life should be protected at all times. Do not pity this victim. Let him die. His life is of no significance. So why you wanted to sacrifice this victim is no that significance. He doesn't have any work to do. He doesn't have any significance. So why should we save him? You're the king, so we should protect you anytime. So let's die. I mean, sorry. Let's kill our victim. What's wrong in that? That's what the words by our barbarian. Let's see what happened. The king shook his head impatiently. If you can use my body to stop a killing, why should I not? Do not speak another word. Kill me. He was saying that no, I don't want to agree with it. If I can save a two person's lives, why should I waste this? Why should I miss it? Just kill me and save the two persons. Those are the words. The barbarian hung his hand and made no move to take his sword. No, the barbarian couldn't take his sword out to kill the king because he was king, right? If you cannot bring yourself to strike at me, I will use my own sword for the purpose. So saying, the king drew out his sword. So see, it's a kind of, if you are really afraid of you, if you are really don't want to do that, I'll do myself. I'll kill myself. So he just drew his sword out. So see what happened next. The barbarian and the victim watched it horror. As Meghanawana was about to strike himself, his head was covered with divine flowers of exquisite color and perfume, and someone held back his arm. The king railed around in surprise and beheld a person of heavenly appearance. Then he realized that the barbarian, the victim, and the ailing boy had vanished. So this is all not true. This is not the truth. This is not the situation really happening in the particular place. That's not the truth at all, isn't it? So when he was about to kill himself, a kind of sudden changes in weather, isn't it? The flowers, perfume, and everything. And he could find a kind of touch by someone, a heavenly person, the one who came from heaven, heavenly person, a glory person. He just feel uh, the touch of the heavenly person. So, and then he realized it's not at all the truth situation that's happening here. A divine being addressed the bewildered king. I am Varuna, the lord of the seas. I have come to reclaim my parasol that was carried away from my town by the powerful Bhauma, the father of your father in law. It has power to quell climates in my land. I create this illusion to test your nobility of mind. You are truly compassionate and noble. Compassionate and noble. So I just have tested you, but you are really great. So I'm just here to take my parasol, the one which taken from me by your father-in-law's father, isn't it? So I just need my parasol, because the parasol will use to change the climate and everything, isn't it? And I just have touched you, and I just have tested you, and you are really great. You're really brave and a kind of person who helps the other people. So I just found you, and I just found a glory thing in you. So he's the one, the Lord of Seas. Meghawahana bowed before the divine being and returned the parasol reverently to him. Then he asked hesitantly, O Lord, encouraged by your praise, I wish to ask you a boon. I need help to cross the water so that I may conquer the island. So these are the words by our king Meghawahana, and he agreed to give the parasol back, and he wants a kind of help by the our Varuna, isn't it? So, so if you give a kind of way to me to cross your sea, I will go the other way of sea, and I will conquer it, and I'll impose my views, impose my laws there. So Varuna smiled. So be it. When you decide to cross the ocean, I will pull away the water. Then he is disappeared with the parasol, and just he disappeared, and he gave a kind of thing that I will always help you. I'll give you the way which can help you to cross this sea. Those are the words by Varna. The following day, Meghawahana assembled his troops on the shore. The water swelled and crashed on the sand, and the soldiers trembled at its might. Meghawahana rode forward and plunged into the foaming ocean. All at once, the water parted, and the king, smiling at his troops' astonishment, beckoned them to follow him. In this wondrous manner, Meghawahana reached Lanka and won over its king um Vibhishana in the form of friendship, isn't it? So when the next day, so he just gave the parasol to Varna, and he disappeared. And the next day itself, he just came to the shore with all the army, and the army was shocked. What could we do here? Because it's all over the sea, all over the water. How could we cross this sea? So those are all in confusion, but our Meghawahana smiled, and so he said, just follow me. So when he was stepped into the sea was parting, sea was dividing and giving way to him to cross the sea, and he went the other side of sea, Lanka, and he won the kingdom also with friendship, isn't it? And on returning home, Amrita Prabha welcomed him and then looked around in confusion. Where is the parasol, my lord? She asked. It never leaves your side. So Amrita Prabha welcomed him and she asked that, where is a parasol? It never leaves your side, isn't it? She said, it shouldn't be leave your side. It was never mine to keep, he answered. No, the parasol is not mine or yours or your father's. We shouldn't with, keep it with us. And the mark of favor shown to me by its divine honor will guide me through my life. Isn't it? I gave the perfect one. I gave it to a perfect one who really deserve it, isn't it? So he will guide me throughout my life. As he spoke, the skies darkened as if the parasol was casting its shadow over him, even from its heavenly abode. Those are the beautiful words in the lesson we can find. So when he spoke those words, the God was giving the sign of his acceptance, isn't it? I'm with you forever. I'll guide you forever. This is a wonderful lesson that we have to understand in a deep way. The significance lesson, isn't it? If you are really be yourself, you can easily get the parasol. No need to keep the parasol with you. Just give it to a person who really deserve it. The parasol will be with you forever. The truth will be with you forever, isn't it? I hope you all understood, children. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to give a kind of worksheet to you. So just do it. So see, these are the glossary. An important words, an important word. A kind of important words that you have to learn. So just write down on a paper or in a book, and just read it twice or three times or four times, five times, isn't it? And I'll give you a comprehension too. These are the six questions that I'm giving you. So just write it down, pause the video and write it down, and write down the answers. I hope you understood, children. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.